Okay, so I've decided that I'm going to do a reflective piece whenever I feel the need, to be honest, through this journey that I'm experiencing. And remember, this is an impromptu journey. It's a journey that I'm taking because I don't want to put the puppies in cargo because they've already been through a lot. They're traumatized dogs. My cat passed away because the cargo company that assured us they'd look after them were negligent. And, my boy passed away, and I have to live with that every day. But I'm not going to let that happen to any more of my fur babies. Anyway, so let's talk about the Rodopi experience and my reflections on that. I loved it. I love being in nature, really enjoyed it, and felt really rejuvenated, etc. But there were certain things that, the torrential rains, the fact that the screen broke, but also the fact that even though I was led to think, or maybe I made the assumption, I don't know, that, I am going to visit friends who have a cottage. I thought, well, I'd be parking the van outside and I'd have access to the facilities, namely the toilet. Really big thing for me. It's important. And that didn't happen. And I did voice some discomfort in, just not feeling comfortable actually using the ground with a shovel. Pee I can get away with. That's fine. We've all done it. Okay. However, I just could not do that on a long-term basis. And I kind of said, my limit is probably about 3 days of this, to be honest, and that's pushing it. And I found that I was actually quite harshly judged. And I was taken aback just a little bit because these are people who claim to be spiritual, who claim to go with the flow, be at one with nature, non-judgmental, all of this thing. And most of them are, don't get me wrong, and even the people that were judgmental, they're beautiful people, but they still need to do some growing themselves, and they're on their own journey, and they're still on that path of learning, I believe. And they need to do reflection as well. I hope they do it. I'm not assuming they don't. I hope they do. Pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone is a good thing. And as I said, I do that in a measured way with my clients because that's where you grow. However, when you are being pushed to step outside of your comfort zone to a point that makes you unhappy, then I believe that you are defeating the whole object of that exercise. If you're not happy, then you're not going to grow and you're not becoming the best version of yourself, are you? Because you're bloody unhappy. Anyway, so there was all this stuff, all these assumptions. I chose this journey in order to make sure that the dogs are going through this experience in the most comfortable way possible, with the knowledge that the person they're with loves them unconditionally and will always look out for their comfort and look after them to the best of their ability. So I didn't choose this way of life. I'm not saying I can't. I'm saying it's not something that I choose on a permanent basis. Yes, I felt judged. I felt pressured. If you are living a free, non-judgmental, spiritual life, then you guide people lovingly to a point where they are comfortable. And yes, you educate them, but the choices remain theirs. So, my message to you, it doesn't matter if everybody else is doing it. I don't bloody care, and neither should you. Because if it means changing the core of you, because the moment you start to change the core of who you are, that's the point at which you start to feel unhappy. If you get to that point, then you've gone too far. You need to stop. It doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. Non-judgment is one of the biggest things, but I guess that's something you have to grow into. But my message to you is, do not be pressured. I felt inadequate for 5 minutes, but I'm a lioness. I will not have anybody tell me what I should and shouldn't be doing and how I live my life. And if they make a judgment, their opinion is none of my business, but I'm not going to act out just to make you happy. And I think you need to remember that. Be true to yourself. I'll speak to you later.